Ram 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 Sri Sri Madhurya Kadambini Grantha composed by Sri Vishwanath Chakravarti Pad. Vishwanath Chakravarti Pad के प्रणीत ग्रंथ माधुर्य कादम्बिनी हम लोग अष्टम पृष्ठ अष्टम अध्याय को हम लोग अनुशीलन कर रहे हैं। जिस प्रसंग हम कैलिन जावा कर रहे हैं परम महामहापुरुषाय श्री विश्वनाथ चक्रवर्ती पाद
No seu Facebook tá gravado o meu login. Entra. Tem. Você não tem cabo de Samsung. Vou pegar então.
जिससे हम लोग श्रवण कर रहे थे ये भगवान भक्त के
So we have been listening 8th chapter Madhurya Kadambini. Yes.
कैसे प्रेम माधुर्य की जो है आस्वादन कराते हैं।
How Bhagavan relishes the prema-bhakta in the hearts of the devotee.
भगवान की जो
Especially the seven sweetness of Bhagavan we are listening about.
सौंदर्य,
His beauty,
सौरभ,
his sweet fragrance of his mouth. Mas está lá em cima, não posso.
और औदार्य और कारुण्य इसके बारे में हम लोग
His magnanimity, his compassion. So we are listening about this.
अर्थात परम करुणामय भगवान
Lord is so merciful.
प्रेमी भक्त को दर्शन प्रदान कर अपने सौंदर्य, सौरभ, सौशर्य, सुकुमार्य और सौरस्य इस 5 प्रकार गुणों के क्रमशः प्रेमी भक्त के नेत्र, नासिका, कान, त्वचा और रचना में तथा अपने औदार्य पूर्ण गुणों के प्रेमी भक्त को मन में आस्वादन कराते हैं। ऐसे कहा गया है यह उन गुणों को प्रेमी भक्त को इंद्रियों में अभिभूत करने के कारण वो परम बतला है परम सीक्रेट। जैसे से भक्त होते हैं उस भक्त के निकट भगवान वह प्रेम माधुर्य आस्वादन कराते हैं। भगवान सर्वप्रथम भगवत दर्शन के लिए एक श्री भगवान जी प्रेमिक भक्त के नेत्र के सामने अपने अपार मधुर सौंदर्य को प्रकाशित किया करते हैं। वर्णाकृत सिंधु ताहार तरंग बिंदु अभिबिंदु जगत दुआ। कृष्ण के ऐसे सुंदर रूप माधुर्य सुंदर जो रूप
The beauty of Krishna is so much.
वह रूप माधुर्य की एक बूंद मानो
Even one drop of this beauty, the devotee is having a darshan, or even one drop of this beauty. And seeing this, the devotee faints. Then Bhagavan, what does he do? Bhagavan, he revives the devotee from his fainted position according to the rasa of the devotee. Shanta Dasa Sakya Vatsalya Madhurya, according to the level of this rasa, Bhagavan will behave with the devotee according to the rasa of the devotee. Suppose a devotee from Dasa rasa, he can. But it's not for the rich.
और शंख की भगवान की हाथों की शंख की स्पर्श प्राप्त करने के साथ ही साथ भक्त
Tenta começar de novo.
चेतना का ज्ञान लाभ करते हैं, संज्ञा लाभ करते हैं।
Não, isso não vai.
और भगवान
Muito
को
baixo o
दर्शन
som.
करते हैं और दर्शन
Pode
करके
tocar.
आंखों से आंसू की धारा प्रवाहित करते हैं।
Ana Vilas is late and Portuguese some problem. Please wait.
क्या मैं ये सपना देख रहा हूँ ना सत्ता है ये।
Desliga e tenta ligar de novo, ou então pode fazer
तो
aqui,
उस समय
mas aqui o som fica
भगवान
meio baixo.
अत्यंत मधुर साज से कहते हैं ये मेरे भक्त
I was recording with
तुमने
translation.
बहुत दिन
Me dá
तक
meu pra eu gravar meu.
मेरे लिए त्याग वैराग का शिकार
Quero gravar o que eu vou falar no seu celular. Me dá o seu pra eu gravar.
भोजन रहन सहन तुम सब कुछ त्याग देख करके पागल के भांति तुम विचरण कर रहे हो, इसलिए तुम्हारी यह वैराग्यवादी देख करके मेरा हृदय द्रवीभूत हो गया।
And I need to record in English because I'll give my phone to him.
मेरी स्वरूप के
It's all
दर्शन
because
करो।
I was you see? One problem.
इस रूप के अमृत सागर के आंखों के सामने
Fala bem
उच्छलित
pertinho.
खुदा देखकर उत्कंठित भक्त की निकली इंद्रिय वृत्तियां उस मधुर रूप को दर्शन के लालसा से नेत्र में केंद्रीभूत हो जाती है, अर्थात भगवान का सौंदर्य इतना मधुर और चमत्कार है कि उसे केवल दो नेत्र के आस्वादन करते नहीं बता, भक्त समस्त इंद्रिया भी नेत्र भाव को प्राप्त कर उसी सौंदर्य राशि के केंद्रित हो जाती है। उस समय भक्त और कुछ देखना नहीं चाहते।
The time the devotee doesn't want to see anything else.
भगवान की इतनी सुंदर
He sees the beautiful form of Lord.
उनकी आंखों से छा जाता है।
This beautiful form of Lord come in his eyes.
जिस प्रकार
Just like
अर्जुन की
Dronacharya told to Arjuna,
इस पक्षी के
aim at the
आंखों पर तुम
eyes of the bird. Aim at the eyes of the
और
bird.
अर्जुन ने एकाग्रता के साथ
Dronacharya told to Arjuna, and Arjuna with so much concentration and focus, he aimed at the pupil of the eyes of that bird. We know this katha.
ठीक उसी प्रकार
So in the same way, the devotee at that moment, seeing the beautiful form of Lord, the eyes of the devotee don't go anywhere, only seeing the beautiful form of Govinda.
इस प्रकार भगवान की रूप माधुर्य देखकर के पुनः मूर्छित हो
So seeing the
जाते हैं।
beautiful form of Lord, the devotee again faints.
भगवान
Then
उस भक्त के पुनः चेतनता
Bhagavan revives the devotee, make the devotee come back to his senses, feeling the sweet fragrance of the body of Lord, and also the sweetness of the sound of his flute. All the senses of the devotee become focused on each of the sweetness of Lord. All these sweetnesses, to relish all these sweetnesses. The devotee is so eager to relish all this sweetness. To relish the form of Lord, all the senses, they try to focus to relish only one part. Suppose, first the form of Lord and then the sound. Like how sweet words God has. So the ears, Shravana Indriya means the ears, is so eager to listen to the sweet sound of Krishna's voice. Indescribable how amazing is Krishna's sweet voice, like Bhaktivinoda Thakur explains.
Radhe Radhe Boli Murali Dakhive Modiya Ishari Nama
Acho que ele está aqui no 403, 2B. 2A. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur describes in this kirtan the glories of the Radha Kunda. Radha Kunda is ornamented with jewels. Not only one, hundreds and billions of kunjas are in Radha Kunda. And then Krishna, what does he do? He plays the flute. Bhaktivinoda Thakur is Kamala Manjari, absorbed in the bhava, he's saying, Krishna, with the sound of his flute, when Krishna is calling the name Radhe Radhe, at this moment the heart melts. In the same way, all the senses of the devotee Okay, verse page 405, English, first paragraph, second paragraph. Then Bhagavan, full of compassion, bestows the experience of his fourth sweetness, the tender touch, Saukumari, of his lotus feet, hands or chest. Bhagavan awards the touch of his feet to the head of those devotees who are in the mode of servitude. He takes the hands of the devotees who are in fraternal love in his own lotus-like hands. He wipes away with his hands and the tears of his devotees imbued with parental affection. And he embraces with his two arms those devotees imbued with amorous love, touching their chests to his, which is marked with Srivatsa. In this way, it should be understood that Bhagavan manifests his tender touch according to the bhava of the devotee. The devotee then loses consciousness for a fourth time. So those who have Madhurya Rasa, the devotee of Madhurya Rasa, Krishna will give his remnants. Rasendriya means? Tongue. Tongue, okay. Rasendriya means the tongue. Basically, Krishna, I think, I don't know, I would say kiss, but I'm not sure. I don't know what Gurudev is reading. Does anyone know?
और भक्त को अन्य किसी भी प्रकार से चेतन करने में मानो श्री भगवान असमर्थ हो जाते हैं, इसलिए अपने छठे माधुर्य उदारता प्रकाश करते हैं। भगवान की रसनेन्द्रिय, रसना जी हाँ।
So rasana means the tongue. Means yeah, Krishna embraces and kisses the devotee.
और माधुर्य रस में आलिंगन चुम्बन आदि की दिखाते हैं।
कौन सा रस? Vatsalya? Madhurya? In Vatsalya and Madhurya, Krishna embraces and kisses the devotee. That time, the devotee feeling the tongue of Krishna, feeling the kiss of Krishna. The devotee cannot compose himself. Just like a mother is embracing and kissing her small baby. Do you do this with the babies? You make the baby dance and then you kiss him. Where do you do this? In 3 places you kiss a baby. First, on the cheeks. Sometimes also on the head. Navidesh in the navel. And the babies like so much if you kiss them on the navel. Isn't it? So Bhagavan, to these devotees of Vatsalya or Madhurya, embraces and kisses the devotee. Then in this moment, the devotee becomes so restless because of the prema, and the devotee faints again. Then God show his magnanimity to the devotee Audarya. What is Audarya? Magnanimity. At the same time, his Saundarya Saurasya Swarupa, all this bhava at once, Lord is manifesting to the devotee. This Audarya, magnanimity, at once. This devotee, like a gopi, beloved, Krishna shows to her eyes, to the eyes of this devotee, beautiful form of Kaishura. So the form of directly the transcendental Cupid, Krishna showed to the devotees of Madhurya Rasa. So all the senses, like ears, nose, the form of Krishna is so beautiful that the devotee becomes immersed in prema. Krishna, the devotee cannot control their transcendental lust. This is only for prema-bhakta, means Madhurya mode devotee, especially in front of Radha and the gopis. Krishna manifests these forms, this form. Rupa Goswami describes in this moment Radha and the gopis, seeing the beautiful form of Krishna, they also manifest such a beautiful form. Because according to the devotee, Lord will also manifest a form accordingly. This is his Achinta Shakti, inconceivable potency. Understand? The gopis also, they manifest it like 16-year-old girls, young ladies, very beautiful, 16-year-old, very beautiful and attractive form. In this moment, since from the toes of the tip of the toes of these gopis, and also the tip of the hair, they're so beautiful, completely beautiful, from the top of the hair until the effulgence of the toenails. And Krishna becomes so happy to see them. So, according to the form of each gopi, manifesting her beauty, Krishna also manifests his Kishora Roop, his young, beautiful form, like Navatarunya form. Shastra explains there is a rule according to Shastra. According to the prema-bhakta of the Bhakta, God will also manifest his prema-bhakta accordingly, sweetness of his love accordingly. This is some speciality of the transcendental world. So in the realm of Prem there are 4 things. Vibhava, anubhava, satik, vyabhichara. Deshkal. Deshkal, stan, patra, patra. Deshkal, stan, patra, patra. No. So there are 4 ingredients on the top of sthayibhava. Vibhava, anubhava, satik, vyabhichara. They are the 4 ingredients manifesting on the basis of sthayibhava. Vibhava, Anubhava, something which comes following the bhava. Anubhava. Satik means 8 kinds of transformations because of the love. Like for example, to sweat, to horripilation of the hairs, to cry a lot. This is the ecstatic symptoms. Sometimes your body is trembling. So all this as the sattvic vikaras. And then Vyabhichara is also called sanchari bhava. 33 kinds of activities that also nourish the sthayibhava. Okay, Vibhava has 2 subdivisions, Alamban and Udipan. Alamban also has 2 subdivisions, Vishaya Alamban and Asray Alamban. And Udipan means something you see and it stimulates your heart with many kinds of activities. Makes Udipan, it stimulates the heart. So that's why it's saying here that Bhagavan, seeing the prema-bhakta of the devotee, the sweetness love of the devotee, Bhagavan will manifest his form accordingly. God is independent. So God will manifest a form according to the devotee. Like the gopis also. Radha and the gopis, they know the bhava Madhurya of Krishna and they also behave accordingly. So this is describing the qualities of Srimati Radhika. She's always intoxicated with her youthful form, just like elephant lady, elephant female, female elephant, baby elephant, the baby elephant. No. He's always going here and there without fear, and he's running, the baby elephant. So in the same way, all these gopis, in their youth, they are fearless, and they walk like fearless, very confident, you know. Just like in the time of rainy season, the river becomes flooded with water, high level of water, and the river overfloods the banks, and there's a flood in the river. And if there is some waves in the river in this time, sometimes these waves, they even come to the shore, to the shore, to the banks of the river. In the same way, the river of the youth of the gopis, they are completely intoxicated in the river of their youth. Seeing this, Krishna becomes so happy. And with her friends, how? With his sidelong glasses, they are piercing the heart of Shamasundara. With his crooked sidelong glance from far, they are piercing the heart of Krishna and controlling him. They don't even need to speak, but from far, they have their sidelong glance in such a way that they attract the heart of Krishna. Many kinds of arts of love. She's expert. Srimati Radhika. All the knowledge about prem. How? That Krishna, how to make that person who has the peacock feather on his head, how to make him dance. Sometimes with sidelong glance, crooked sidelong glance, sometimes with so with many kinds of words and different things, they are making Krishna to dance.
इसे कहते हैं सौंदर्य आदि समस्त गुणों को, माधुर्य को, प्रेम भक्त की नेत्र आदि समस्त इंद्रियों के समक्ष एक ही साथ बलपूर्वक वितरण करना ही औदार्य कहलाता है.
His 406 second paragraph. So at the same time, all the bhavas, they manifest. At that time, prema, understanding the indication of Sri Bhagavan, increases exponentially and causes the devotee's sanctuary to swell accordingly. In this way, Bhagavan accepts the role of the moon and powerfully agitating the ocean of bliss within the devotee's heart. He manifests hundreds upon hundreds of waves, buffeting and simultaneously overwhelming it. He then beautifully reshapes it, just like the ocean. The ocean. When there is some wind in the ocean, what happens? These big waves. Yeah, this is. So these big waves, they are being formed, and these waves. One wave surpasses the other wave and comes. This is called bhava upatti, bhav santi, bhava saballa, and bhav. There's one more. Bhav utpatti, bhava sandhi. Bhav saballa. It's like when the mood is shocking against another mood, or one mood increases with the other mood. one mood sometimes surpasses the mood before and becomes more prevalent. It's just like the waves, you know. The example is comparison with the waves. The very deep ocean, Pacific Ocean. Like the Pacific Ocean is so deep, cannot even measure how deep is the Pacific Ocean. The deepest ocean of the earth is the Pacific Ocean. In this Pacific Ocean, when these kinds of winds are coming, like suppose strong winds, the waves become like tremendous, or and one wave even surpasses the other wave. Sometimes two waves, they blend together. It's called bhava sandhi. Just like two moods together. Bhavatpati, when the wave is created, it's like the mood begins. Bhava sandhi, when two moods or two waves blend together. So many kinds of waves of bhava are coming in the hearts of the devotee. Sometimes there's some whirlpool, just like in the ocean. Sometimes there is a whirlpool in the ocean. And in this moment, there is a sound, gong, 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 in the ocean. This whirlpool. Even big ships, if they are in this moment in the ocean, they are also sunk in the water, under the water. Finish. So what is the meaning? In this way, Krishna is just like the great ship, and gopis, they are the whirlpool of love. And Krishna in this moment, he is sunk, he cannot even survive. He's like sinking in the ocean. That's why Uddhava said this verse. These gopis, Vraja Sundaris, their prema-bhakta is just like the Pacific Ocean. Like these waves in whirlpool in the Pacific Ocean. The prema of the gopis are like this. It's like this. And Krishna is just like a gigantic ship. And this ship is also sinking because of the whirlpool in the ocean. Krishna cannot compose or survive, or like he cannot make himself stable in this. So Krishna tries to make stable how? Holding the neck of the gopis, holding himself in the neck, just like a boatman. I mean, a commandant of a ship, suppose. So he's seeing the climate and seeing the weather of where he's going to go. The commander of the ship, and according to this, he will drive the boat according to the ship. So if he says, "Oh, today there is some whirlpool in the ocean," he will not move the ship in front. Anchor. He will put the anchor down, trying to make the ship hold in the bottom of the ocean. Or maybe he'll take another path in the ocean, not go to the direction of the whirlpool, because nowadays the scientists, they have many technologies, so they can see when there is some whirlpool in the ocean. They can know before, they know the forecast. Otherwise, if the ship is going, finish, the ship will sink in the water. So in the same way, Krishna is just like this great, gigantic ship. And the gopis, they are the prem sagar, the waves and whirlpools of this ocean of love. Krishna saw, in this big festival of Rasa Leela, these waves, amazing big waves of the gopis is going on in the Rasa festival. What are these waves? The Madhummadata of the gopis. Let's see, Gurudev will translate this expression. Madonna Data? The intoxication of the good. So this is saying that Krishna is also thinking. So in these waves of the, how can I survive in these waves of the gopis' love? So what's Krishna doing? He's holding himself in the necks of the gopis. Just like the example I gave. Just like a ship, to protect the ship. The Navy sailor, like the commander of the ship, he must take the ship to the maybe beach and anchor the ship, suppose. In the same way, Krishna with his long arms, Krishna is holding himself in the necks of the gopis. So this Vrajasundari is gopis. The waves of their prema is going on, and Krishna there, he cannot survive, cannot he's sinking. Okay, so I think 407, where is it? Okay, so look, this whirlpool in the ocean comes from where? From the ocean itself. By the rays of the sun. By the rays of the sun, the water of the ocean become. Okay, this water evaporates because of the heat and anyway. Yeah, rays of the sun. So this water of the ocean becomes a cloud. And then this cloud again rains on the ocean, again, over the ocean. So the example is given. Krishna is the Rasa Samudra, ocean of Rosso, mellows. Krishna is the ocean of Rosso. Akila Rasamta Sindhu. Sindhu means ocean. So in this ocean, what is going on? By the rays of the sun, the water is evaporating, becoming shape of a cloud. Then again it's raining on top of the ocean itself. So Krishna himself, with his Rupa Madhurya, beautiful form and sweet form, he's making these devotees crazy, like by love, unmata, like intoxicated by love, crazy by love. Just like the snake charmer. What does he do? With mantra he controls even poisonous and terrible snakes. And controlling the snake, he make the snake dance even. But sometimes these snakes dancing, they become so intoxicated dancing that this snake bites the snake charmer sometimes. Have you seen? Because the snake even forgets everything because intoxicated dancing. What does that mean? Krishna, with his beauty, he manifested all this prema of the gopis because it's exactly of his love, of his form. And the gopis, they become unmata, like crazy, basically, you can translate, mad. And the gopis become mad. And then Krishna himself becomes unbalanced. He cannot keep himself stable. So who made that prema come in them? Krishna. Because Krishna is Vishaya Vigraha. Krishna is the source of all the prema. He is the object of the divine love. So Krishna is the source of the divine love. But gopis are shelter of love, ashray vigraha. They became so intoxicated by the love that Krishna made them feel that even they even also unbalance Krishna himself. Like they also affect Krishna so much in this way. So Krishna manifests so much beauty, and gopis manifest billion times more beauty and sweetness than Krishna, seeing his beauty. Gopis are also nothing less. So this beauty and sweetness of Krishna, koti gun, sankror, billions times, gopis are more manifesting billions times more sweetness and beauty. So Krishna cannot be stable. He cannot be like, he's completely shaken by that, completely affected. Okay, who knows where Gurudev is reading? कहाँ पा रहे हैं?
आस्वादन की उद्देश्य प्रकटात्म को बढ़ा देता है। यह अलौकिक विषय में लौकिक अनुभव जनित किसी भी तर्क का कोई स्थान नहीं है, क्योंकि अचिंत्य भाव के कभी
I think now 408 is talking about achintya, something is inconceivable. 408. How is it possible? By your logic, you cannot understand it. It's very beautiful now, this katha here, so beautiful. So something about the fourth, what is it? Fourth faint. What is he reading? Who knows? Something about giving the chewed pan, what is it? Those who are in Dasarasa, Krishna gives the chewed pan, chewed betel nuts to them. Push the devotees from Dasarasa. 408. And for the devotees in Presi, Madhurya mood, Krishna also gives these remnants of betel nuts. But in this moment, the devotee doesn't become pleased with these remnants of betel nuts. Who knows where? Must be written in English something about, what is it? Because I told that before I told God embraces and kisses the devotee. The devotee wants this embrace and kiss. Because the prema becomes so high that the devotee becomes unmata, intoxicated. Because of so much happiness, the devotee faints. And then Shri Bhagavan, to revive the devotee from the faint, seeing no other way, Bhagavan shows his six sweetness, audarya, his magnanimity to the devotee. Means at the same time God shows his saundarja, so kumarja, so sarja, so rasa, like the six sweetness he shows at the same time to the devotee. So ears, nose, tongue, skin, and I forgot one, the senses. Touch is what we touch. What is our biggest sense? Biggest sense, which one? Skin. The skin is our biggest sense, because the sense is covering our whole body. So the skin, and with our skin we can feel everything, hot, cold, soft, hard, we can feel. So the skin is called the best sense, because we can feel with the skin. Like now you're feeling cold, suppose. This cold you're feeling comes from your skin also. You're feeling hot from the skin. And this skin covers our whole body, isn't it? So in the same way, Bhagavan, with his touch, sparsha means touch. With his touch, Krishna stimulates the hearts of the devotee. With his ears, with the ears of the devotee, you'll listen the sound. With the nose, we smell. With eyes, we see the form. The tongue, we feel taste, we taste, savor. This is bitter, this is sweet. Understand? So, ears, nose, eyes, skin. I forgot one more. Okay, so with the skin you can feel. In this world, each jiva is controlled because of the senses in this world. Understand? What is it? Suppose with the form. We'll give example. Different jivas, they are controlled in this world by different senses. Suppose with the form it can be controlled also. He'll explain. Who is controlled by the form? Oh no, I forgot. I think an example of the animals. See, in the beautiful form with the eyes, the animal becomes elephant. Elephant is controlled by the skin. So the fish is controlled by the jiha, the tongue, and the hiranya by the deer by the beautiful sound. He's controlled. Like how these animals, they are trapped by hunters. So Gurudev is saying that different kinds of animals, they are captured because they become intoxicated by some sense, like a vision or something. Then the hunters, they can catch them. Yeah, by the form, the small insects. Small insects, chota krira. Yes, when they put some light, this patanga, like the small insect, seeing this light, he's going, and then he's actually burning. What is patanga? Patanga is one kind of insect. I don't know English term. The moth. No, not junga. I don't know. So especially in the month of Kartik, you can see some small insects. Where there is some light or some fire, they go and they die there. Moth. Mariposa? No, not sure. Or also some ants that have wings. Like they also throw themselves in this light. And now the fish also. The fish, because they want to eat, taste, they are caught with the hook of the fisherman. You know? The deer, they are captured by the sound. You know? The hunter, they make some hole and they put some stick of wood there. But then the hunter is playing the flute very nicely. And then when the deer comes, he's listening to the flute and becomes intoxicated, and then he becomes like a little bit more, like not so much aware, and then there's some wood there very sharp like this, but then this establishes the deer, then he falls down in this place, becomes weak, and then the hunter beats him. So each animal, they lose their life because of some sense, controlled by some sense. But in the transcendental world, Bhagavan has such a beautiful form, sweet voice, sweet fragrance. sweet touch, and the eyes, nose, the 5 senses become controlled. How God does this? It's just like when the sun or in the moon, when the moon rises, the ocean, when the ocean becomes very big in the day of the full moon, the ocean becomes very volume. In the day of the full moon, there's so much big waves, in the ocean becomes very voluminous, so much voluminous. So we become afraid if you stay in the beach on this day, because the ocean is very, not frightened. How to say? Frightening. Big waves in the ocean, and they break the waves break in the beach, doing a tremendous sound, and it's very frightening. Have you seen the day of full moon, the ocean? Oh, and if there is some cloud also, like this cloudy weather, what can I tell you about the shape of the ocean that day? If there is also some wind, some rain and clouds in the day of Purnima, also then finish, because the ocean become gigantic, like a mountain, so high. Waves come and then come into the shore, and they break in the shore, and then this water spreads 4 sides, 4 ways. Like, do you understand or not? On Jagannath Puri, if you go to the roof of the temple, you see devotees explain. Yes, and the sound is coming very like loud sound of the waves breaking. So the meaning is in the same way. So the devotee with his 5 senses, 408. There is no hindrance here. In other words, there is no scope for being scorched. What is it? Don't doubt it. Or we can also only feel with our skin if it's hot or cold. But in the transcendental world, you can at the same time do the 5 things. Suppose if you're looking at something so much concentration, you're not listening to anything. If you're concentrated looking at something, suppose the example in the Bhagavatam, that once a party of people going for marriage, playing so many drums, a party of people going for a marriage, doing so much noise and playing drums, so many things. And there was one person in that place also. He was sharpening the tip of his arrow, one man. And then another person came and said, 50 people came nearby, doing so much noise, dancing, playing, so much in his marriage party, and he didn't even see them, because all his senses were absorbed. Where? At once, the devotee, anything else. And also you won't listen to anything else, because you have only one mind. Your mind is only one. the mind can be concentrated in only, like for suppose listening, and it'll be concentrated only that. If you concentrate your mind in looking at something, you only look at that thing. You cannot see other things and not use all your other senses with concentration. But in the transcendental world, the form, touch, sound of Krishna, and taste, although your mind is only one, can go in the 5 these things at the same time. Did you understand? So for example, the fragrance of Lord, see Krishna, Bhagavan sweetness, Bhagavan sound and touch, and at the same time in your one mind you can do everything. This is something which you cannot understand with logic, because this is transcendental. So simultaneously relishing the 5 kinds of Madhurya requires the mind's absorption in 5 sense objects. So it's impossible for any of the senses to relish that Madhurya deeply. Like some people might think this is a doubt, this is not. No, in reality, Bhagavan, by the power of his Achinta Shakti, enables all the senses of the devotee to concurrently, at the same time, attain the functions of sight, hearing, and so on, like before, and also gives him the power to deeply relish his 5 Madhuryas. In other words, by the power of Shri Bhagavan's Achinta Shakti, the devotee experiences no impediment to relishing simultaneously Bhagavan's 5 types of Madhurya through his 5 senses. This conception lies beyond the grasp of mundane logic and reasoning. The devotee then desires to experience in full all the varieties of Madhurya that exist in Shri Bhagavan, such as his beauty and fragrance. However, just as the beak of a chatak bird cannot hold all the raindrops that fall from a cloud, the devotee is incapable of receiving limitless amounts of Bhagavan's sweetness. Seeing this, Shri Bhagavan contemplates, Aho, why do I possess all these sweet attributes if my devotee cannot relish them? So, Bhagavan sometimes becomes like humble, showing some humility. Bhagavan says, why am I manifesting such a beautiful form if my devotee is so eager to see my form? And one example is given. So when there is some new dark cloud in the sky, this Chataka bird called skylark, the skylark bird, so Chataka, he wants to drink the water from these clouds. This Chataka bird, he does not drink water from river or ponds or any other place. He only drinks water from that rain from a new created cloud. So he's looking up, trying to. He only drinks this water from the rain. Maybe he'll die because of some lightning that will come to him. But still, he will not drink the water from ponds or rivers or. He has this loyalty or steadiness, nishtha. So in the same way, the devotee is like the bird, chatak bird. The devotee is like the chataka bird. He wants to drink and very eager to drink the beauty and sweetness of God, Krishna. And Bhagavan in this moment he's saying, oh Elas, oh, why did I manifest such a beautiful form? Because my devotee, he is so eager for me. So, however, just as the beak of a chatak bird cannot hold all the raindrops that fall from a cloud, the devotee is incapable of receiving limitless amounts of Bhagavan's sweetness. Seeing this, Shri Bhagavan contemplates, Aho, why do I possess all these sweet attributes? Like the skylark bird, he wants to drink the water of all the clouds. So in the same way, the devotee, seeing the beautiful form of Bhagavan, the devotee is like a chataka bird, skylark, and the devotee wants to drink the sweetness of Lord at the same time everything. In this moment, Bhagavan thinks, oh, why did I manifest such a beautiful form then? And my devotee is not able to drink everything. Like the Chataka bird cannot drink all the water from the clouds. Maybe only 1 or 2 drops he can drink. So in the same way, the devotee is like this Chataka bird, skylark. And God is like this black cloud with rain cloud. Means the devotee, Krishna, has so much sweetness and beauty, the devotee cannot relish at the same time everything and all. If only 1 or 2 drops are enough for the bird, right? Therefore, just to help the devotee relish those attributes in full, Lord manifests His 7th sweetness, this quality of compassion, karunya. After that, Bhagavan, He shows His karunya. I told about 7 qualities of Lord, remember. Sasarja Sarupya, Sosarja, Sogandha, sweet fragrance, sweet sound of voice, sweet beauty, sweet touch, Sokumarja. Sokumarja, sweet touch. And Karunya also, now we're telling the compassion. Audarja and Karunya, magnanimity and compassion. In the end, Bhagavan shows this compassion, Karunya. Therefore, just to help the devotee relish those attributes in full, Lord manifests His 7th sweetness, His quality of compassion, Karunya. What is called Karunya? From the word Karuna comes the word Karunya. What is Karunya? When you see someone else suffering and in your heart you feel, your heart melts when you see someone else suffering. Do you understand? When you see someone else suffering, your heart melts. And in this moment, you want to help. Your heart becomes eager to help that person who is suffering. This is called karuna. This is the definition of compassion, karuna. For 410, Bhavanovada. This quality of karunya, compassion, is foremost among all of Shri Bhagavan's potencies. She presides over Shri Bhagavan's 8 intrinsic potencies, such as Bimala, Utkarshini, and so on, mentioned in the Agama scriptures. These potencies. So there is the Ashtasiddhi and Navanidhi. These potencies are present as petals on 8 sides of the pericarp of a lotus, in which the Karunya potency is situated in full splendor, like a universal monarch. So there's one potency of compassion, known as anugraha, his favor. Now, page 411, Bhavanavad. From the name karuna, this compassion, another Shakti comes, anugraha, like the favor of Lord, his compassion, to give mercy to someone. So karuna, anugraha and kripa look like same, but a little bit different. Gurudev Singh. Anugraha? Kripa means you did something, then you get something also. Kripa. Kripa, you do, then you can get. And anugraha, bhakta, God is walking behind the devotee. This is anugraha. So this, although maybe translate as compassion, these three words, but there is different actually. Karuna, kripa, and anugraha. So karuna is when you see somebody else suffering, your heart melts. This is called karuna, compassion also. So the kirtan starts with kripa. Gurudeva kripa bindudia. Kripa means I did some bhajan and you give me something in reward. But in the end of the kirtan, karuna na hoile. Speaking about karuna, not kripa, in the end. What is karuna? Compassion. You see someone else suffering and your heart melts. This is called karuna. Okay, I did some efforts, but it's not possible for me to attain, even though I did effort. So, actually, so in the beginning, the kirtan of Bhaktivinoda Thakur starts with kripa. Gurudev kripa bindudia. Means because of my bhajan and sadhana, give mercy. But in the end, he's saying karuna na hoile, kandya kandya. Please give the karuna. From karuna comes karunya. So Bhagavan, what is he doing? With his karunya, he is manifesting this in the heart of the devotee.
समस्त माध्यमों को संपूर्ण रूप से आस्वादन करने की प्रबल लालसा पोषण किया करते हैं। ग्रीष्म ऋतु के ताप से अत्यधिक प्यास से चातक द्वारा वर्षा के आगमन से विपुल रूप से वर्षित जल धारा को संपूर्ण रूप से पान करने की इच्छा करने पर भी क्या चातक ही क्षुद्र चोट के द्वारा समस्त जल धारा को एक साथ
Okay, for 10 Piyusha Varshini Vritti. For 110 Piyusha Varshini Vritti. So in the time of the rain, seeing these dark clouds of rain, the chataka birds, the skylark, he wants to drink all the water of the clouds. Is it possible? No. The skylark is very small, like very small birds. How can he drink the water of all this rain cloud? Not possible. So in the same way, when Shri Bhagavan sees the fervent prema-bhakta tasting but a mere drop of his unlimited beauty and sweetness, God thinks, if this prema-bhakta is unable to savor my Madhuryas in full, then they serve no purpose. Thinking this way, Bhagavan bestows upon the prema-bhakta his seventh Madhurya, his compassion, karuna. God is so beautiful and so sweet. The devotee cannot relish everything of this God's beauty. Relishing only one drop, is the devotee already cannot relish more. So Lord, in his heart, he's feeling some humility. In this moment, Lord feels humility. Which humility? What is this humility that God feels? He's thinking, why did I manifest such a beautiful form? Because the devotee cannot relish all my beauty. He's only relishing one drop. So God says, my beauty is actually a burden. Fardo. Suppose you're carrying a mango, okay. Then you see that nobody's taking your mangoes, nobody wants to buy. Okay, maybe one person took. Then the rest of your mangoes, this 49 kilos, you sold only 1 kilo, you have 49 kilos yet. What to do? Nobody wants to buy. You sold only one mango. Oh, sorry, 1 mango, 1 kilo. So this 49 kilos of mango that you still have, now it's a burden to you, isn't it? Because you couldn't sell it. Nobody is going to buy. There's no customer, no client. So what to do with these 49 kilos? You're bringing back. Okay, so tell me, what will you do? Then you bring back this 49 kilos back because it sold only 1 kilo of mango. So this looks like a burden, isn't it? All these mangoes you brought. So what do you want to do? What do you really want to do in that moment? You want to give for free to everyone. But even for free you're giving, nobody wants to take. What to do, oh my? You're giving for free. No, I don't want. In my house we already have mango a lot. Kahan pe? There is a place in the West Bengal called, I don't know how to repeat the name, and the name, so many mango gardens and mango trees, so every moment, every place there's some mango garden, mango trees, mango grove, and if somebody's selling mango, nobody wants to buy because there's so much mango everywhere, like 1 kilo mango, very big mangoes, nobody even wants to buy. Okay, maybe one gentleman bought for you one only. Because so much mango everywhere. Yeah, isn't it? If somebody, maybe some outsider of that area comes, then he will buy. Otherwise, in Brazil, I go to Brazil, I see two things. This jackfruit, banana and mango. It's everywhere on the roads, everywhere. Mango, jackfruit and banana tree. One place I go in Brazil. Where? In the north of Brazil. Belém. Yes, Gurudeva went to Belém, as he said. So you cannot believe, in the two sides of the road, in the roads, like in streets normally, two sides, so much mango trees and mango groves, and the mangoes are falling down and everywhere on the road, and so much big mangoes. So if you go there, somebody's selling mango there, somebody would buy? No, because there's even mango on the road for everyone. Or maybe some outsider, like some visitor who would buy, the inhabitant of that area. There's so many banana trees, so many. I saw also in the jungle. The mango, the banana ripening and nobody taking the banana, then the bird come and eating the banana. In Brazil, big jackfruit also on the road. You can ask them. Every day when we go to morning walk, I see the jackfruits. So many jackfruits on the floor. Who will eat? And it is this watermelon. Now it's time. Also, they sell only for outsiders also, because there's so much on the floor also there. Brazil, né? Brazil? What? Where I go in that place? These big watermelons, 15 kilos or 20 kilos watermelon, even open like a bursting, like nobody. So much abundant. So they're like 10 times more than the need of the people to eat. 10 times more is there available. So they sell to the people of the city sometimes. They sell to the cities. But who will eat all that in the city? She's saying sell to Russia. The Russian lady saying sell to Russia all this food from Brazil. So, I went to his house, Krishna Balaram Prabhu, you can ask him. In Brasilia, he had a big farm. And they had big mangoes. The mango tree was like short and a small tree. You can ask Krishna Balaram. And big mango like this size, Gurudev showed. And when ripened, so sweet, so delicious. Bhagavan also is thinking, I'm so much beautiful touch, fragrance, smell, beauty, so Sarja, so Kumara, but the devotee cannot apprehend all this. So God is thinking humility. So devotee has humility and God also humility. Actually, all the qualities that the devotee has come from God, Krishna, because actually, if God had no humility himself, how this would come to the devotee? Because actually everything the devotee has comes from Krishna. It reflects from Krishna to the devotee. You understand? What did I say? All the qualities that Bhagavan has, they come to the devotee, these qualities. So who has the humility in the first place? Who has humility in the first place? Bhagavan. And how does humility come in Bhagavan? So here Madhurya Kadambini, Vishwanath Chakravarti is exactly explaining this. Bhagavan is saying, I have such a beautiful form, so Kumara, so Sarja, so Rupi, like beautiful form, touch and beauty, just like gigantic clouds. And the devotee is just like a chataka bird, very small. He's relishing only one drop of my sweetness and beauty. So Bhagavan is saying, what is the purpose of, or is the benefit of me having such a beautiful form and everything? The devotee cannot relish. If somebody cannot relish it completely, then Bhagavan is manifesting his humility. You can see. So God becomes humble. This humility is coming to him. So, and this is also reflecting and coming upon the devotee. So that's why all the qualities that Bhagavan has, they manifest in the devotee. So it means God is also humble. Otherwise, how the devotee would be humble? Or this humility of the devotee would come from where? So this katha is so beautiful here. Okay, now time is up. Do with the burden. So you're thinking it's too much burden for me? Just like I gave the example. If you have so many mangoes, and then you went to sell the mangoes, but nobody is buying. So what to do? You feel that it's a burden. Oops. So Bhagavan is thinking, why did I manifest such a beautiful form if the devotee cannot relish? So the Lord manifests his karunya. Bhagavan's potency of compassion, known as anugraha, his favor, manifests herself through his lotus eyes, sometimes as affection and sometimes as compassion, to devotees in the modes of servitude, friendship and parenthood, and to devotees in a mode of beloved. She manifests as that which attracts Krishna and melts his heart. This kripa shakti, mercy potency, which arouses further sportive, playful pastimes, is giving appropriate names elsewhere, such as Sneha, Priti and Madhurya. It is by means of the Kripa Shakti alone that Bhagavan's all-pervasive desire potency beautifully places the sadhus on the platform of raga and elevates even those souls who are supremely self-satisfied to the most astonishing platform. 412, Bhavanuvan. Later, there's more. Time is up. So the main potency of Lord, he has 8 potencies. Bimala, Utkarshni, Gyana, Kriya, Yog, Prahi. So these 8 potencies. So imagine 8 petals. So there are 8 potencies in these 8 petals. When you say the Lalita and 8 Sakis, these 8 Sakis actually, they are exactly these 8 potencies, representing the deity of each of these potencies. Bhaktivinoda Thakur says in the Kirtan. Kadamba kanane ki heri. Kadamba karane ki dhenu sakhiya. Ashtadala pari siradha srihari ashta sakhi pari. So this 8-petaled lotus flower. What is these 8 petals in this lotus? These 8 Shaktis of Krishna in which of them? Bimala, Utkarshini, name of potency. Gyan, Kriya, Jog, Forhi, I don't know. Satta and Ishana. So these 8 potencies, they are in these 8 petals. And the inner core of the flower is the anugraha Shakti, who is like the present, like a monarch. What's it? Monarch, something like that. Maybe you're not understanding. Understand this enough. 8 petals, and in the inner core, what is the kanikar, the inner core of the flower? What is it? This anugraha, the favor of Lord. Favor. So kripa, anugraha and karuna. I told about the 3 of them. So we use these words. Just that you listen already very nice. Just that you listen all this. Anugraha Shakti comes in the eyes of Lord. For 111, Bhavanuvad. Bhagavan's potency of compassion, known as Anugraha, manifests herself through his lotus eyes. It is by means of the Kripa Shakti alone that Bhagavan's all-pervasive desire potency, Icha Shakti, beautifully places the sadhus on the platform of Rag and elevates them, even those souls who are supremely self-satisfied, to the most astonishing platform. Just remember 8 petals. Asta 8 sakis, 8 petals. And all these potencies are there. Vimala, Utkarshini, Gyana, Kriya, Jog, Prahi, Satya and Nishana. Prahi means the Prahi potency is the root cause of Bhagavan's being unlimitedly capable. So Gurudev was reading 411. Those want to, it's good if you can download this book, Pure Bhakti, and you can also read and then you understand more. And then what Gurudev was reading 410, 409, 10, 11, 12. The pages Gurudev read today.